And good evening, everybody. Time once again for the Suwannee Sports Report, brought to you by Roundtree Moore Ford, Highway 90 in Lake City, Florida. RoundtreeMoreFord.com. You'll find them on Highway 90, 2588 West US 90 in Lake City. Open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. New cars, used cars. They got a great parts department, service department. They'll take care of you start to finish. Roundtree Moore Ford, big sponsors of the Suwannee Sports Report. I'm Wayne Littrell, joined by Tom Daniels down at the end and Coach Billy Moran here in the middle. And we're going to be talking about Suwannee baseball as the Diamond Dog podcast, as we call it at this time of the year. And we want to dedicate this broadcast to the memory of Donnie Allen. Unfortunately, lost one of the greatest Bulldog athletes in our history to a terrible accident. And Tom, I know you knew him very well.
Yeah, Donnie, was outstanding in any sport that he played. To make a long story short, took a football scholarship to Georgia Southern, played for Russell Erxleben, won two Division II national championships playing there, was a two-time high school state champion heavyweight wrestler.
Yeah.
Could have been three times, but there was a technicality. I can't imagine being a sophomore and being the heavyweight wrestling champion. And played baseball. I sponsored him as a youth on a softball team. So I've known Donnie since like 1980.
Huge loss for the community. No doubt about it. Donnie Allen will remember you. Always be a dog. All right, stay tuned. We'll take a time out here, and we'll be right back with this week's Suwannee Sports Report after this. Keep it here.
In the heart of the red zone is where the game is won, and you need a dealership that knows about scoring big. At Roundtree Moore Ford, we've scored this area's largest selection of new and pre-owned inventory. And right now, we're scoring rates as low as 0%. It's time to get out of the stands and score big in the Roundtree Moore Ford red zone. At Roundtree Moore Ford, the customer always wins. So make your next ride a touchdown at RoundtreeMoreFord.com today.
What's up, guys? Welcome to Van Carpet One. For 78 years, we've been your local family-owned and operated floor covering store, and we can't wait to serve you. Let's go check out some of the stuff we've got and say hey to the guys.
Hey guys, this is Michael Van here at Van Carpet One. Wanted to show you our huge display of carpet. Got about 1,000 rolls for you that we can order. We also keep about 100 in stock that are on clearance, so please come down and give us a visit. We appreciate it.
Come in and see the largest tile collection in North Florida. Van Carpet One has every tile you could possibly imagine. If you can't find it here, they don't make it. Guys, take a look at this. This is just some of our options in waterproof vinyl plank, where we have the largest selection anywhere around here, including over 70 pallets in stock, ready to go right now. Come in and see our fantastic selection of elegant hardwood too, followed up by fantastic service that you expect from a company like Van Carpet One.
Come on in and see us.
We can't wait to serve you. And that's a boom shakalaka.
Don't miss the 32nd annual Wellborn Blueberry Festival, Saturday, June 6th from 7:30 to 3:30 at Andrews Square in downtown Wellborn, FLA. Start with a delicious blueberry pancake breakfast, served from 7:30 to 10:30. This family-friendly event features over 100 vendors, plus live music, a car show, a kids' corner, complete with a petting zoo and pony rides, plus a parade. And did I mention blueberries? The annual Wellborn Blueberry Festival, Saturday, June 6th. For more, visit their Facebook page or their website at wellborn.cc. It's the Suwannee Sports Report presented by Roundtree Moore Ford. Wayne Littrell along with Tom Daniels and Coach Billy Moran. Coach, good week last week. We went 3-0. Great way to end the regular season. Now 14-11 on that 3-game winning streak.
Yeah. Proud of the guys. I mean, we've these past 2 weeks, we've really kind of, got down to the nitty gritty of what's been winning us baseball games. We've just kind of taken away our selfish at-bats and selfish approaches and really played, team baseball. And it's starting to show. I mean, as you can see, when we play good baseball, there's not a lot of teams that can play with us. And, it showed this week.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Let's go back and recap those games, starting with the Newberry game, last game we had on the air here on River Country. You guys came out in the first inning, put 6 runs on the board, 2 more in the second, and really just ran away with that game. 11-3 final score over the Panthers.
Yeah, and Newberry's a tough team. That was their best arm that they have that they threw against us. The last time we played them, it was a little closer. when you throw a slower arm that's going to throw a lot of off-speed stuff that's really, really below bat speed, that's difficult for anybody to hit. But they threw their best arm on Tuesday, and like I said, man, our approaches were good. We were just dialed in offensively, and they just really didn't have an answer for that.
We knew that Tavis Honeycutt was going to be tough. Always a tough out, and pitched to him, and he hit one over the wall that I think is still going.
Yeah,
I mean, it looks like he just swatted the ball out of there.
yeah. I mean, so as far as that goes, I mean, obviously he's a very good hitter, but we have a game plan going into that, and the game plan is not to throw him belt high fastballs.
Yeah.
Good
You
plan.
know what I mean? Like you just don't do that. So we got him out early in the game when we executed pitches. We missed one pitch and he didn't miss it when we did. So but luckily for us, we had given ourselves enough room offensively for that to not really matter.
Yeah,
Well,
picked him off first base too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and here's the thing, for Wayne and I, it seems like you were playing high school ball like 2 years ago, but that's not the case. But if you're a high school baseball player and you're looking at this kid with 14 home runs and you're the pitcher, if I'm the pitcher, I'm not walking him. I got something I can
Oh,
put in my trophy case. Like,
yeah, no doubt.
oh, I struck out. Well, didn't happen.
Well, I mean, and it's just like I said, when high school pitchers tend to miss arm side in, which is to a right-handed batter. That's right into his wheelhouse. So, Watson pitched very, very well. He does every single time he throws. He pitches very, very well. He literally missed one pitch to one guy, and the guy hit it hard.
Well,
So
he just happened to be that guy you can't miss with.
sure, yeah. And we talked about that before, and there was a little bit of frustration on my part. And we talked about it. It's like, hey, man, look, we're going to pitch down and away to Honeycutt, and if we miss down and away, and we walk him, okay, no, nothing really hurt. So it is kind of frustrating that we do miss arm side, which like I said ran right into his bat. But when you're facing a guy like that, you have to be perfect, and we weren't, and he got to hit a home run off of us. But like I said, at the end of the day, solo home runs could not beat us. We should be able to overcome
Yeah.
a
Well,
solo.
I'm glad you challenged him.
Yeah.
And we did overcome it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And like I said, if we have a walk before that or an error before that, and then he hits a home run, well then
That's a different
they're
story.
able to create more than one run offensively, and that can create some momentum. But
Now, this is a regular season game. If I'm in the playoffs, that guy's not going to see a pitch to him.
yeah, I mean,
There's an empty base.
yeah, we shouldn't have to face them in the playoffs. I mean, they're on
They're
a different
2A.
classification, yeah. So, but yeah, no, I understand what you're saying. But he's also a very good base runner. Very uncharacteristic for him to get picked off right there. But I think he got greedy and was trying to create something offensively when he got picked off.
Yeah. As far as pitching, we pitched great. Kyler Watson, he gave up that home run, but gets the win. And then you had great relief pitching that night. Easton O'Quinn, Case Nickerson, and Rylan Lawson all pitched well.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean they all did. They came in, they threw the ball very, very well. I'm super proud of Nickerson. Nickerson, man, he looks so sharp.
He
He looks so sharp that I wanted to get him out of there quick because with him looking as good as he did, I knew we were going to need him in the next two games. So I wanted to get him out because he is literally our number one guy that we go to out of the bullpen. Like 99% of the time, we go to him. I'm pretty sure he's got the most appearances. He just pitches fantastic. He pitches with good tempo. He's able to locate a breaking ball for a strike. He's been our go-to guy. So usually, I mean, obviously, we go into a game, we have a pitching plan. Nothing ever goes according to plan. And so when things don't go according to plan, that's when we go to case. So our plan may be, Kyler and then Colton Rogers, but we may run into trouble early and Colton Rogers in the outfield. So we'll go to Case right away. So that's kind of the way we've been using him, and he's been fantastic in that role.
All right, so a great way to get the week started. Got that win over Newberry, 11-3, the final there. That was on Tuesday. Then we had to get ready for Trinity Christian Academy on Thursday. And that's a game we expected to be really tight, but Suwannee's offense showed up. We pitched well and beat them 13-3.
Yeah, I mean, um, that was a pretty impressive outing uh, by the Dogs, I will say. You know, Trinity Christian's one of the top teams in the country. Um, Definitely one of the top teams in the state. They have, I think, 11 D1 commits. Very, very tough squad, and I really believe that they kind of came in a little lethargic and maybe a little overconfident.
Phoned it in.
Well, and then they had a 2-0 lead. We get to the bottom of the third inning and we scored 12 runs.
Yeah.
I mean, tell me about that inning.
So in the second inning, the leadoff, no, not the leadoff guy. I think it was like the 6 or 7 hole guy hits a home run, and they did their little home run celebration, and it was exciting, for them. And then in the third inning, they hit another home run, and it was kind of less enthusiastic because I feel like they thought they were about to boat race us. Um, and then in the bottom of the third, it's 2-0, and that's kind of the way they play people. They play them. They just outlast people. They just keep kind of keep marking on them until it gets late. Then they take out the starter, and then once you get into the bullpen, their guys just beat up on the bullpen. So we had a good plan going into the game. We knew we were going to start Rogers because he's submarine guy, funky delivery. Give him something they hadn't seen. And then we plan on going to Grayson Green in the pen. So we had our pitch plan was pretty solid. But what I didn't expect was for our offense to just kind of go crazy, really. I think we got a hit and a single and a walk or hit by pitch. Then Jace hit a 3-run jack to put us up 3-2. And once that happened, they kind of were on their heels, like, what's going on?
They're not used to that.
Yeah. And then we just kept adding, kept adding. When we got base runners on, we were able to steal bases because they don't hold runners very well. So we stole some bases, put pressure on their guys. They weren't throwing strikes, consistently. And then when we got in fastball counts, we just didn't miss. And before you know it, it was five to yeah, it was 5-2. And then one swing later, it was 7-2, and then one swing later, it was 9-2, and then another swing later, it was 11-2. So, just a you know, just an offensive shootout. It was great, great to be on the good side of that.
No doubt. 13 runs, 11 base hits. I mean, it just a terrific game. Had 3 doubles, had the home run. I mean, it's just one of those games where the Suwannee Bats, we've been waiting for something like that to happen for us to break out against good pitching. And usually good pitching will beat good hitting, but every once in a while.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, their guys, they threw a Florida commit to start. He wasn't able to get his breaking pitch over for a strike consistently, so he had to, he got in fastball counts, had to throw fastballs, so we were able to capitalize on that. There was only one error in that, so it wasn't like we were just getting a bunch of gifts. Now they did have a few walks and hit by pitches, but as far as that goes, I mean, 11 hits in one inning or 11 hits in the game is enough to win a ball game for sure. You throw in some hit by pitches and walks, I mean, it's a recipe for a dime job.
Yeah, and especially with Colton pitching and then Grayson coming in relief, and he was lights out for the 2 innings he pitched.
Yeah, I mean, Colton. Anytime Colton is pitching, you have a chance to win. And when you have Grayson Green coming in relief, it's not a good situation for the other team. He came in, and they really didn't have an answer for him. You know, this is just one of those things where you take a overly talented team, and it just goes to show you that any team can win a baseball game on any day. Talent really doesn't have a whole lot to do with it when it comes to high school baseball. It's who's going to execute at a higher level. And we did that day, and it wasn't really close. Like the game was never really close. Once we blew it open, they did not have an answer.
Yeah.
Well, see, I had told him he was going to 10-run rule Newberry. I was just a game late, right?
Yeah.
There
That's
you
right.
go. So 13-3, the victory over the Conquistadors, and that put us at 2-0 for the week. And then we had Santa Fe. Now, the only thing you were worried about a little bit was did we get too high the night before? Do we have enough in the tank to come back on senior night?
I'm telling you, man, I was more nervous. I don't want to say nervous, but like I was more worried that we were going to be so hung over on the victory of the high performance against Trinity that Santa Fe was just going to sneak up on us. And Santa Fe's been playing really good baseball. They were in a 1-run game with Buchholz. They were in a 1-run game with Columbia. They were in a 1-run game with Newberry. They have been playing very, very good baseball. And I was concerned because and their pitching style is also very, very slow. They have slow arms and they pitch off speed, so it's even more slow than normal. That could show to be a problem for offenses.
It can frustrate you. I mean,
Yeah.
especially if you're a fastball hitting team and
Oh, yeah.
suddenly you've got to be patient up there. And, that's not always easy to do. But you came out, scored a run in the first, two in the second, and really never looked back. Pitching wise, you guys just kept them off the board, kept the goose egg on there. So give credit to your pitchers. Gabe Garcia and Easton O'Quinn handled the duties on Friday.
I mean, that at the end of the day, they scored 0 runs, and that's a testament to our pitching staff and our defense as well. Gabe pitched a great game. Didn't have his best stuff, but he was able to get us through, I think, 4 innings and scoreless. And then we went to Easton O'Quinn, and it's just such a like I can't say enough about Case Nickerson. He didn't get to pitch in that game. But it was one of those situations where we had him in the pen constantly ready to go. And just, having that security to know that we've got Gabe going, we got Easton going. If we need to go to Case Nickerson, like to get us through the rest, it's fine. We have him. So, and not to mention the other pitchers that haven't really got opportunity to pitch this year. I mean, Noah Lopez is a great pitcher, and he's not thrown a single pitch all year, just because there's not really a need for him to pitch when he's so valuable on defense. So, we have plenty of arms. Same thing with Jace. We could have went and got Jace at any point in time as well. There's just not a need. So, our pitching staff has been phenomenal.
Yeah, and it seems like, and correct me if I'm wrong, but we're playing our best baseball at the right time of the year as we enter the postseason.
Yeah, like I said, I think that is a result of us having to play such a tough schedule, having some failures, and doing what good teams do, which is learning from our failures and getting better every single day.
We ready for the district tournament?
Yeah, yeah, we got the winner of I think it's maybe Wolfson and Paxson,
Wolfson and
Wolfson and
Stanton.
Stanton
Yeah, they play. So they'll play
tomorrow.
tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, and whoever wins that will face us on Wednesday night.
That's right.
And we're going to have every postseason game on River Country. So looking forward to that Wednesday at 7 o'clock.
Who do you think? You just said any team can beat any team on any given
Sure.
night, but if you had to pick a favorite in that Wilson Paxson game, who would it be?
The favorite will be Wolfson. I mean, they're a pretty good ball club. I mean, they're well coached. They have a couple good pitchers. They're very patient. Something that they do very, very well is they scout very, very well. Meaning they go in and they're kind of a game plan strategy type of team, and they play to a strategy, almost to a T. So they're going to be very difficult to beat.
And then if we get the win there, we go to Friday's championship game, and that'll be against either Baldwin or Paxson, the 2 and 3 seeds that will face each other.
That's right. And regardless of who that is, if we win on Wednesday, we will host on Friday as well.
Right, because we're the top seed.
That's
So
right.
great news there. And so I expect 2 wins this week, and let's keep this ball rolling. That'll be 5 in a row as we enter the 3A playoffs.
Yeah, I mean that'll be huge for our guys. And like I said, man, at the end of the day, um, you know, I mean, we have so many guys that are so talented that if we can get away from not worrying about if we could stop worrying about our individual stat line and worrying about like that's what I felt like what the difference was the other night against Trinity is we didn't care who got a hit. We just we weren't swinging at bad pitches, because we had good approach. We were getting hit by a pitch because I knew that my job was to get on base. So we did a lot of really unselfish things. And when we play unselfish baseball, it's really, really fun to watch. So if we can continue to do that, we are going to be a force to be reckoned with in the playoffs.
Well, I'm pretty happy with the season, and senior night was the other night, and Wayne and I were talking before you got here, and you're losing 5 guys. And tell me what kind of commits these guys have, or where they may be going or doing.
Who's that?
Your seniors.
Oh, the seniors. So Hunter Watson is going to be playing football at Erskine. Noah Lopez is going to be playing at Embry Riddle. the aeronautical school in Daytona.
Wow.
Gabe's gonna be playing baseball at Santa Fe State College. Ty Moses, he's gonna have a decision to make. He's got some football offers. I'm sure he's gonna have some baseball offers rolling in. And then there's one more, I think,
Hampton.
Hampton Newman. So Hampton Newman also, he's gonna, like I said, I've had some conversations with some college coaches about Hampton as well. It's gonna be one of those things where, you know, he's gonna have to decide: does he want to travel to play, or does he want to stay close to home and play? So, I mean, he's gonna have an opportunity as well.
I was looking at the FHSA and the latest rankings, and this isn't up to date. The latest rankings came out on the 7th of April, but South Walton is top, followed by Fernandina, West Florida, and we sit at number 4. At this point, we were 500, 11 and 11. We're now 14 and 11, but strength of schedule is off the chains. We're at 16, 15.99. Second only to South Walton as a stronger strength of schedule, but there's nobody else in the region that even comes close to that.
I think that if if I were gonna take a guess, and I don't like trying to guess what FHSAA does because they take pride in not being able to let people take educated guesses. However,
True.
based on us beating Trinity Christian the way that we did, that we should, if we can win the district tournament,
Mhm.
that should put us in a really good spot and possibly jump ahead of West Florida.
Maybe West Florida.
Yeah, because if you look at the rating, we are 15.525, they are 15.9. So I feel like we should be able to gain a full point on that.
Now, so the rating, you got the strength of schedule, then you have what they call a rating. I'm not sure the formula there, but the higher number is the better number.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, and so nobody's really sure of the formula because FHSA does whatever they want to do,
Yeah. Well,
whatever they want.
but obviously we want the better seed. You get more home games that way. But when it's all said and done, we're going to have to go through these teams ahead of us. We're either going to see Fernandina, we're going to see South Walton. We might see West Florida again this year.
Sure. But if you look at this, you look at the record, or you look at the strength of schedule on the record. I mean, 7.74 record. That's pretty poor.
Yeah.
We have double that. So I mean,
But it still comes down to head to head. I mean, it's going to come down to no matter. I mean, at that point,
well, I mean, yeah, but at the end of the day, yeah, sure, if you got Mike Tyson on one end of the bracket, and then you got, uh, you know, Conor McGregor on the other. Like, I'll take my chances with Conor McGregor. I don't want to fight Mike Tyson first round.
no,
You know what I
no,
mean?
no.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, if you match up with South Walton first or second round, that's going to be very, very tough. You're going to have to play them anyways, but it really does help to be able to get those guys in the regional final
Yeah.
because just the regional final itself, the intensity and the pressure that it provides for them as well as us, it just sets the stage much, much better.
And just the experience of having gone through that last year.
That's right.
I mean, that's got to be a big help.
Oh, it is 100%, and that's the goal. That's what we want to do. And we really believe that if we can get those guys in the regional final again, we're going to beat them.
Yeah.
So
But that'd
Can
be interesting.
who do you have going Wednesday night? Who's going to be the starter?
Wednesday night's going to be, or shut off that flip phone.
Yeah. He's got a flip phone, folks.
Oh,
And
oh,
yeah, and
yeah.
he forgot to turn the ringer off. Can you even turn the ringer off on those things?
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
Only
Tom doesn't know.
only Tom.
Yeah. But thanks. It's a live show. So just take a phone call. It's no problem
Yeah.
at all.
I just turned it off.
Okay.
So, pitching on Wednesday is going to be Tyler Watson, followed by our entire pitching staff.
Everybody's in the bullpen.
Everybody. There is no Friday. There's only Wednesday for us. So we will go to whoever we have to go to win the baseball game. We're not saving anybody for any reason at all. We have more than enough pitchers. There's no reason to save anyone.
And then Friday, it would maybe Colton and Grayson.
It depends on
We'll see.
it depends on who pitches on Wednesday. If we have to go to Colton on Wednesday, we'll go to Colton on Wednesday, and then we'll just we'll figure out the rest. Like I said, though, I mean, probably if I had an inside track on what's going on in the pitching staff, I would say it's going to be Watson, Grayson, Rogers, O'Quinn, Case Nickerson, any one of those five guys at any given time. And then if we can make it to the district championship, we'll just piece it together.
Just an observation from watching the Newberry game. I really like what you did with taking O'Quinn off of defense, putting him in the bullpen,
Yeah.
and let him have that warm up.
Yes.
You know, you've got enough players that you can kind of change in and out, and that was really strong. He looked better than I've seen him all year, but I've seen him pitch great from shortstop to the mound, or great from third base to the mound.
I mean, it really does benefit, and we got a lot of JV guys that we've called up. You know, we got Judson Law, we got Case Nickerson, who's been with us all year on varsity, but he also went down and get some at bats, on JV and just come back up. You know, those two guys are pretty versatile, and they help us out in that. They both can pitch, but then they can both go play a position as well. So we are fortunate to have that, and you said it. I mean, there is a big difference when they come out of that pen than when they come off of a position. So it's a huge difference.
And that's a great thing about high school baseball is you can go into the game and you come out of the game and then you go back in once.
Yeah,
it's only once, right?
Yeah, you have the re-entry rule. So any starter in the lineup, they can come out and they can re-enter in the same spot, but they can only do that one time.
Yeah, we did a softball broadcast the other night. Suwannee beat Fort White. That's on the channel. You can look that up. But they have what's called a DP, designated player. And you can take that DP and put them in the field whenever you want, take them out. Then they have a flex player.
That's crazy.
Yeah, there were some rules I wasn't aware of. I learned a lot.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I didn't know they could do that.
It's easier on the coaching staff, man. Yeah, you actually, met back in the day when Tom and I, back when we were coaching, we had you didn't have that luxury. You had to use a pinch runner. There's no such thing as a courtesy runner.
Yeah.
You had to burn a guy just to have him.
No, that's crazy.
Yeah.
The old days that you like, Wayne. You like to talk about how good things were in the old days.
Yes.
Yeah, everybody had flip phones and everything.
Yeah, but there was a lot more strategy back then. You had to decide, do I want this guy to go another inning? Do I need to
And
get
now
back?
more kids get to contribute and play.
Yeah.
So I like that better than strategy.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Well, at the end of the day, it's the courtesy runner is made to help speed the game up because your catcher, if you make the third out, your catcher's on base, it's going to take a long time. So it's made to try to speed up the pace of the game.
Get the gear on. But now you have to decide as a coach, do I want that varsity player to run? Do I want to, what do you feel comfortable with at that point of the game?
Yeah, I mean, so for example, Jace is one of our better base runners, and he gets really good jumps, and he'll steal some bases. The other day I went ahead and brought him out of the game and put someone else in to run for him, and wanted to call a steal, but I wasn't able to do it because I had didn't have the guy on there that I needed, and so there is a bit of risk reward. Obviously you want your catcher to be fresh. You don't want to run his legs into the dirt, but at the same time, you want to be able to take advantage of bases when they're available. So,
all right, we're going to take a quick time out here. We'll be right back with more of the Suwannee Sports Report right after this.
In the heart of the red zone is where the game is won, and you need a dealership that knows about scoring big. At Roundtree Moore Ford, we've scored this area's largest selection of new and pre-owned inventory. And right now, we're scoring rates as low as 0%. It's time to get out of the stands and score big in the Roundtree Moore Ford red zone. At Roundtree Moore Ford, the customer always wins. So make your next ride a touchdown at RoundtreeMoreFord.com today.
You were there at the beginning. You stood behind me, guiding me through good times and bad, teaching me lessons I wouldn't appreciate until later, preparing me for the day when you couldn't be here. What you've given me, I'll carry wherever I go. And because of your planning, I know I'll go far.
Set your family up for life. Southern Farm Bureau Life Insurance. Your friends for life.
Excellence in academic and clubs. Tradition, family, future. Foundations for lifelong learning. Leadership begins here. Careers start here. Curiosity meets opportunity. Building the leaders of tomorrow. Learning begins with love. One district, every student, every day. The Suwannee County School District, my choice for high-quality education.
Don't miss the 32nd annual Welborn Blueberry Festival, Saturday, June 6th from 7:30 to 3:30 at Andrews Square in downtown Welborn, FLA. Start with a delicious blueberry pancake breakfast, served from 7:30 to 10:30. This family-friendly event features over 100 vendors, plus live music, a car show, a kids' corner, complete with a petting zoo and pony rides, plus a parade. And did I mention blueberries? The annual Welborn Blueberry Festival, Saturday, June 6th. For more, visit their Facebook page or their website at welborn.cc. And back here on the Suwannee Sports Report, in case you missed it, Friday was senior night. Now, we had that planned for the Newberry game, but we had to move that to Friday night. We had some weather come in. Weren't sure if we were going to be able to get it in, but just, for the parents and everything, move it to a better night. Friday turned out to be beautiful weather, and you were able to honor the seniors.
Man, it was we really didn't want to. I like staying on schedule with that kind of stuff, but I mean, we had to cancel the JV game on Tuesday with the Newberry game just because the weather did not look great. And at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock in the morning, we were considering canceling the varsity game. And then, the wind was blowing, the sun came out, so we were able to get that game in. But man, moving that to Friday night was the right move, I felt like. And I just want to shout out to the Booster Club and all the parents that were involved. I mean, the the senior night is the best I've ever seen in any sport. And I've been around sports a long time. I've been seeing this kind of stuff a long time. I've never in my life seen as extravagant of a project that they put together. Just hats off. We have a first class booster club. Our parents are first class, but I mean they wowed me even on this one. So man, it was great. It was a great day, a great event. We honored our seniors. I feel like you're just not going to get any better of treatment anywhere else. So shout out to the Booster Club and all the parents that were involved.
Yeah, we'd have loved to have been there. We were over at the softball field, and congratulations to Coach Gaby and his girls. Man, they played great and got the victory that night. But it was kind of a fun experience because you had the baseball game going on, and you guys were racing to see who would finish first.
Yeah.
I mean, both games were pretty quick.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think we were out of there in about an hour 30, hour 45. So it was a pretty quick game.
Yeah, good pitching and Suwannee victory. So that's what you want to see in honoring the seniors. So, but that puts a wrap on the regular season. Looking back on this regular season, we talk about the schedule and how tough it was. But what are your feelings? 14-11. You satisfied with that, or you feel like it got us ready for the next step, which is the playoffs?
Obviously, nobody wants to win or nobody wants to lose 11 games. I feel like we were capable of winning more games than that. However, I feel like if we had to lose 11 to be able to make us stronger and go and make a run in the playoffs, then I'll take it every single day. Because that's what this is about. It's about, trying to get these guys better for the playoffs and also getting them ready for the next level. I feel like we face nothing but top level Division One arms, and you know we've got college scouts, we got pro scouts in the stands on almost every one of our games. And that's what it's about. We're trying to get these guys exposure. We're trying to get them prepared for the next level, and I think that we're doing that. So, no, I don't love that we lost 11 baseball games. I feel like we're better than that. However, I do feel like we got better from those losses, so they were necessary.
Yeah. And it seems like we're in prime position now to attack the playoffs. So it's a pretty exciting time right now for Suwannee baseball. I do want to send a shout out to Shane Morgan. He filled in for Tom Daniels. And Tom, you were singing karaoke Friday night. So Shane was nice enough to come over and fill in on that broadcast. But I got you back in the booth on Wednesday, and you're going to even give up karaoke coming up this Friday for the championship game in the district.
I will be there, and I look forward to being in press box and coaching along with Coach Moran.
Yeah.
Sometimes he is a little off. Maybe we need to have these headsets so I can talk to the dugout.
You don't. That's be a bad idea.
If we don't want to mic you up during the game,
It's probably not good.
And what I will do, I go down before every game. I go in the dugout and just get the mood, talk to the kids a little bit, and see what's going on. And I check Billy's arms, so over at third base, he can get that windmill going.
okay, yeah.
But then I got to make sure it'll stop at some point in time.
We need to have one of those shock collars to where he can start shocking me when it's time to slow him down.
Well, I like the way you the other night, man. You played station to station when necessary. You sent him when you thought it was an advantage. So, nice job.
He learned.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, all those critiques when I go up into the booth and I got Tom telling me, "Hey, why are we getting guys thrown out of the plate?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing with anybody that makes a decision, you got to live with it, good and bad.
Oh yeah.
So, don't get trigger shy.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, when you're in that spot, you kind of got to go with your gut.
Yeah.
And a lot of that's timing. If you feel like you're touching the runner's touching the base before the guy feels the ball, then I feel like we got a chance. I feel like if it's the same time or before, then maybe we hold them up.
All right. When we were talking earlier, you were talking about some team that did some good scouting. How much scouting do you have to know that a left fielder can throw or a catcher can throw? I mean, that's the big thing. The outfield, can these guys throw and can a catcher throw? Do you have some of that pregame
Yeah,
before
we
you
we
play?
watch a lot of that in pregame.
But I mean, like, it's not like we sent somebody to the game to scout it. Is this
No, we
something
have
that,
tape now. We have
yeah,
film.
is this something that you can see on your laptop?
Yeah, you can usually see that stuff. When we take pregame as well, that tells you a pretty good story of what they've got going on. Because a lot of times in high school baseball, guys switch positions a lot. We got Kyler Watson plays outfield, catcher, first base, third base. We got a bunch of guys that play a bunch of different positions. So it's hard to really know that if this is their left fielder today, doesn't mean he's going to be the same left fielder all the time. So in pregame, we kind of take a look at those arms and we kind of, assess, hey, this guy has an arm where he could throw you out. And this guy's arm is not as strong, so we could take a chance on this. And at the end of the day, they are high school guys. So, at the end of the day, they got to field the ball clean. They got to come up, they got to make a perfect throw. Catcher's got to catch it and then tag them, and then the umpire's got to get it right. So that's a lot of variables that go in our favor, so it's a calculated risk, I think. And a lot of times too, it's where are we in the lineup? And it's easier to hold those guys up, Tom, when our offense is banging the baseball around.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
And let's face it, he hangs them up, and then why'd you leave so many runners on base? Instead of making them thrown out,
That's why I'm up in the press box helping him. Now, another question I have in terms of that, when guys come in to pitch, obviously you want to know this guy's pitches, it's a breaking ball or it's a fastball. What's his strength? Do you have any of that pregame going in? Like, this guy, you may know somebody throws 90 miles an hour, but if he can't find the plate, doesn't do you any good.
I mean, yeah, we have scouting reports on these guys that we kind of know what we're gonna get into. But again, you're dealing with high school kids. I've watched guys go out there and not be able to hit the broadside of a barn and then the very next day be unhittable. So it really just depends on the day. How are they executing on that day? If they, if it's, in high school baseball, if it's his day, it's not your day. You know, kind of like the other night when we played against Trinity. Their guy was a Florida commit, super talented arm. Wasn't his day, and yeah, I'm glad it wasn't because we were able to, score some runs off. But if it's his day, you're going to be in a bad spot. So it really just depends.
I did have a question. One of the dads asked me to ask you this. Coach Pennington, not with us this year. How much do you miss him from last year to this year? And how have you overcome that? And what is he up to?
I miss him so much. Words really cannot describe how much I miss him. When I was when I was named the head coach, my first call to any coach was to Matt Pennington to be my pitching coach. I knew whenever I interviewed to take this job that if I were to get it, Matthew Pennington was going to be my uh, assistant coach slash pitching coach. Um, Zane Stevens has stepped in to fill that role, but I mean, he did so much. Just his presence alone you're not
And the
really
kids
gonna.
were familiar with him.
Oh yeah, and you're just not gonna replace that presence. You can bring in some other guys that have a different presence, but it's not his presence. So, um, and and so for me, I'm a pretty tough, intense kind of coach, and he's kind of a little more relaxed and doesn't really raise his voice, but he also gets his point across very directly. So the coach, the players, they respect the heck out of him, and we had a good little balance. And I think that you could probably see in the beginning of the season that
Good coach, bad coach.
yeah. So our,
Good
our
comeback.
coaching, I had to bring in 2 new coaches. So our balance was maybe, off a little bit. We're trying to find that, kind of ebb and flow. So yeah, the answer to your question is,
Yes, you
man,
missed.
I missed the heck out of that guy. And he's just, he's replaceable. He's irreplaceable. You can't, for me, he was my guy. Like I said, I got Zane Stevens now, and he's doing a fantastic job. This is his first year coaching, and he's obviously, you can see with the amount of runs that we have been giving up, he has done a fantastic job. But the selfish part of me wants to, have Zane and then get Matthew Pennington back as well. Um, he is, he's just pumping out children right now. I mean, that's all I can
He's
say.
got a little help.
He's got him and his wife they've just had their 4th baby on Easter Sunday. So
Congratulations.
yeah, I'm super proud of him. Little Miss Kenna come out and on Sunday, so happy for them. But at the same time, I'm just like, hey Matt, quit having babies and come back and coach.
Let's get those kids walking on
Yeah,
their own,
yeah.
and then come back with us.
And if we got to open up a daycare in our clubhouse, that's no problem. We can do that. We can baby proof my office, all that stuff. But these kids, they desperately need Coach Pennington in their life, and I mean, you just can't ask for just a better human. Just all around, he is the ideal uh, role model that you would want your son to grow up and be like. So for that is, I miss him for that, because my son looked and regarded him as just such a role model. So it's hard not having him.
Yeah, proud of him, and at the same time, we're
Yeah,
missing.
absolutely.
All right. That's pretty much going to wrap up the broadcast, but I did want to get that question in. So I want to wish you good luck this week as we get into district tournament time.
Yeah, thanks, man. It's going to be a fun time, and hopefully we can pack the stands and try to make a hostile environment for our opponents.
We have some sponsors I'd like to thank that are making the baseball playoffs possible, and we have a package available for anybody that wants to jump on board. But thank you to Brian Blair and the Waltz Automotive Group. Thank you to Jeff Smith and J&W Automotive. Jeff White, I'm sorry, Jeff White, J&W Automotive, 129 North in Live Oak, your one-stop all-in-one automotive shop. Also want to thank Ricky Gamble, our Suwannee County property appraiser, stepping up and helping us out. Companion Animal Hospital, Corbett Mobile Home Supply in Lake City, the Welborn Blueberry Festival, Van Carpet One, Farm Bureau Insurance, and the Suwannee County School District. All right, for Tom Daniels, for Coach Billy Moran, for Tammy Neal, our executive producer, I'm Wayne Littrell. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next week on the Suwannee Sports Report.